let's get this over with. What's up, YouTube? My name is Jason, and this is my take. And I'm back with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about the new DJ Khaled album. God did. DJ Khaled is, he might still be a DJ. I don't know what he really does now, but I can trace his history back to Terror Squad with Fat Joe, Remy Ma, and all of them, like early 2000s. But since then, Khaled, he puts together a string of projects with a lot of artists on different tracks, and it's like a compilation of sorts. To me, the last good one that he had was 2016's Major Key. I thought that he put the right people on songs, the production was dope. It didn't feel so samey, like it had its weaker moments on there, but like I thought it was a pretty consistent project. But ever since then, record after record after record has been just awful. And the way I could describe it is something that my girlfriend told me when we listened to the last album together. She said it feels like DJ Khaled just gets sign-up sheets for all these songs on this album and just gives them all to all of his friends that make music. And he's just like, you know, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to rap over, sing over, just lay a verse down and you'll be on the album. And that's truly like the reason why these projects fail so much, in my opinion, over these last 4 or 5 years. We have some of the most generic, mediocre production, very much like what a popular rap song is supposed to sound like. And you have people on songs that just shouldn't be on there together. Like the last album, there was a song with 21 Savage and Justin Bieber, and you heard why it was awful. Like, listen to it or don't. And it's got me to a place where I just like, I don't know what confidence I'm supposed to have going into a new DJ Khaled album. And here we are with another DJ Khaled album, and it's bad. Everything I just said lands on this one as well. Now, I'll say it's not as much of a cluster of artists on this one, but still like not a great mixture. Production is just as generic as it can be. And now instead of Khaled screaming "we the best" and they didn't want me to do this or that, he's screaming "God did," and I hate that now. So look, there are highlights on here. There are a few, so let's jump into those. The title track, "God Did," the second track on here, was a highlight in my opinion that featured Wayne, Ross, Jay-Z, John Legend, and Fridayy as well. And of course, the big thing here is Jay-Z's verse. A lot of people have been saying that it's very memorable. Khaled said it's one of his best in years, and Jay-Z for sure went crazy. And he had to have rapped for like 4 or 5 minutes. No one else had as much of a contribution as Jay-Z did. I loved his twist in the Hove did thing, and what he was doing. But I don't know. At the same time, like I feel like this might have been a little overhyped. And Khaled can trick us like that. He's a very charismatic, very confident person. And you can sometimes find yourself being like, yeah. So I was going in thinking I was probably going to hear Jay's best verse, and that's just not the case. But this is super memorable in my opinion. Like, I don't know, like I found myself going back to, you know, Jay's feature verse on Meek's Championships on What's Beef more than this one. Like I thought that it was also long, but not as long, but more memorable. Despite the odd use of the Party All the Time sample, like I really enjoyed this track that features Quavo and Takeoff. Takeoff, once again, showing why he's probably the best rapper in the group. He's easily the best rapper in the group if it's just him and Quavo. Bills Paid featuring Lotto and City Girls was what I expected it to be, despite the album that it was on. To me, Lotto has been on fire this year, and that doesn't stop here as she teams up with JT and Young Miami, and they all do their thing. Probably say Young Miami had the weaker verse, but it isn't her worst for sure. It's good to see JADAKISS on another Khaled album. I like what he does when he's on these projects. And his interlude on here was pretty solid. I like how the beginning, you know, played his little section in the verses with Dipset, and where everybody was going crazy when he did Ja Rule's New York. I like how they had the little clip in there, and then JADAKISS just goes in on this nice beat. Like the sample is really cool. Like it felt like a little haunting as well. hard hitting drums. Like it felt very New York. And those are the highlights out of 18 songs. But there are a bunch of tracks on here that just were not good, just weren't it. So let's dive into some. I didn't really write notes for a lot of these, but I know why they're bad. Use's Gospel remix was very weird, and we get Kanye and Eminem on here, and it's produced by Dr. Dre. And I think the beat was like the best thing on here, and Dre's, you know, twist to it. Kanye is just on the hook on here, and I don't know. I found myself liking the Donda version more than this one, mainly because of Eminem. Eminem's a top 10 rapper, but let's be honest, the last few years just have not been his best, and his rapping on here, man, it's just what you expect from Eminem these days. The whole lyrical miracle, spiritual individual, you know. Big Time featuring Future and Lil Baby is not what I want from a Future and Lil Baby track. And sometimes as I'm thinking about the songs I didn't like on here, like I'm wondering, like, it's no way this would have been like this if it wasn't on a Khaled album, you know, like it just feels weird. Like this isn't what this is supposed to sound like. The same goes for the track Keep Going featuring Durk, 21 Savage, and Roddy Ricch. Like I think I enjoyed Durk probably the most out of what's going on here, but like 21 didn't sound like that motivated, and Roddy's singing and his little stretch just was bad. And it's just weird. Like, this is not what I expect from 21 or Roddy. I almost enjoyed the track Beautiful as a whole, because SZA's contributions were perfect. There's nothing more she could have done. But I wanted way more from Future because he was singing the whole, like it would have been nice for him to rap a little bit over this, but it was just more auto-tune croning on here, and I just got tired of it. It Ain't Safe is 100% easily the worst track on here that features Nardo, Wick, and Kodak Black. I've heard Nardo, Wick, and you know his name a bunch, and this is my first time hearing him, and I'm gonna assume he's better than this. I know Kodak's better than this because this felt like just a phoned in verse easily. I mean, a lot of these guys, it just felt like they phoned in verses because, you know, it's a Khaled bag. You know, every year a lot of artists are guaranteed to get a bag from DJ Khaled. Juice WRLD's Interlude felt disrespectful in my opinion. I have no issue with posthumous songs, posthumous albums, but it's just the execution. And to have this, like, I just don't like legacies being ruined, and the person's legacy, the person who owns this legacy can't control it. I thought Juice WRLD's first posthumous album, like following his death, was pretty solid. His one from last year wasn't, and this right here was not either. And I don't know, the title is weird too, but we can skip that. Now look, I wanted to breeze by. There are more songs we could talk about here and why I don't like them, but at this point, like, what am I supposed to expect differently from DJ Khaled other than what he gives us? And he keeps having #1 records. This album is actually projected to be #1 come next week, and I don't get it. Like, honestly, a part of me wishes that Tyler, the Creator, released another album on the same day so that he could be #1. Like, I don't want this to be #1, man. And look, like, I like DJ Khaled. Like, I really like how he moves and how he just like approaches life, and the happiness and the confidence and just not letting anything get him down. But like, I feel like the music should like sound like that too. For great of a life as he has, all the stuff he's thankful and grateful for, and just all the stuff that he's done that people said he couldn't do, like, I just think the music would sound different. I just think that there would be more good songs than bad. But I don't know, maybe that's too much for me to ask. Next year, we will be getting another DJ Khaled album. I anticipate it being like this or worse. And yeah, I'm giving this one a 3 out of 10. So what do you guys think of this new DJ Khaled album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What were your favorite tracks? Let's have a discussion down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching another week of Jason's Take. Got more videos coming for you next week. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Jason. It's been my take. I'll see you next time.